Hello YouTube and welcome to another Proxmox tutorial. So in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a cluster but using just two nodes. So are you ready? Let's get started. So as you can see here, I have actually two Proxmox running. So just to distinguish between them, I set up the first one as a dark mode, as you can see here, which has an IP address .1.201, okay, and the other one is actually on light mode, and the IP address, as you can see here, is .1.204, okay. So every actually Proxmox is on each actually page, okay. So here we're gonna actually try to set up a cluster using just two nodes, okay. So in order to create a real actually cluster, Proxmox advised to have at least 3 nodes, but here we're gonna set up that just for 2 nodes. So there are some requirements in order to do that. In order to set up a cluster on Proxmox, you have to actually follow some guidelines, okay. So of course all the nodes must connect to each other. So here, for example, if I go to my first node and I can ping the other node, so as I told you, it has an IP address .1.204. So actually they are reachable, each one can pick at each other, okay. So this is the first requirement, which is very obvious, okay. The second requirement is that they must have date and time synchronized, okay. So here on my first Proxmox, if I type date, I get here the date and the time, and this time and date must be the same on the other actually Proxmox. So let me check that. Here we go. So as you can see here, I have the same date and time, okay. This is the second requirement. The third requirement is that all nodes must have the same version, okay. So as you can see here, I'm running Proxmox version 8.4.1 on the first Proxmox, and the same actually version is that I have actually on the second one. This is also very important in order to avoid any problems. They must have the same actually version, okay. And the last requirement is that all nodes must have CPUs coming from the same vendor, okay. So if your Proxmox, for example, one has CPU from Intel, second one must also have CPU from Intel, not for example AMD or something else, okay. This is very important, especially if you want actually to migrate a VM from actually this Proxmox 1 to Proxmox 2 or vice versa. So if you actually want to avoid any problem, all your node must have CPU coming from the same vendor, okay. So here I have to state this is not really a real cluster, because a real cluster will allows us many features, like for example here high availability, which means if a node fails, all the VM on that node will automatically be on the other one, okay. So this is the real actually cluster, okay. And also load balancing between the two nodes. But here Proxmox, what they mean by clustering is just to have central administration. So for example, instead of having to administer each cluster on each web page, you have a web page where you can manage the two on the same web page, okay. And also we have a feature which is very interesting, which called live migration. You can actually migrate a VM from one node to another without losing connection, okay. This is what we call live migration. So we're gonna set up that. You will see it's pretty easy, okay. If you want to set up a real cluster with high availability, you must set up a distributed file system, or SEF actually, but this is beyond the scope of this video. So in this video we'll show you just the basic of clustering here to set up a very basic cluster with some tricks that I will show you. Okay, so in order to set up a cluster, it's pretty easy. You go to your first node, which called here Proxmox 01, as you can see here. Okay, so we go actually to our data center here. Okay, and we go to the menu cluster. Okay, so let's search for it. Here we go. This is the menu cluster. So here you can see that I have actually two buttons enabled: create a cluster and join a cluster. So obviously we don't have any cluster, so let's create one. So I will click on this button here, create cluster. Okay, so I will give it a name, for example Proxmox or PRX cluster 1, or cluster, just cluster. Okay, you can name it whatever you want. Okay, so this is the name of my cluster. So normally it's also recommended to have separate network for connection between the clusters, between your nodes, but here I will use actually the same network for communication between my nodes. Okay, so I'll just keep this first one here. And also you have to note, you cannot change the IP address after creating the cluster, so you have to think of that beforehand. Okay, so let's create this cluster here. So I will just hit create in order to create a cluster. Okay, so as you can see, the task is okay, so everything works good. We have created our cluster. Okay, so this is the first node that participate in this cluster, which has as name PRX cluster. Okay, so now we have to add the second node to our cluster. So for that you have to click on this button, join information. So let's click on it, and you will get here some actually encrypted join information. So let's copy it. Okay, here we go, and let's go to the second node in order to add it to the cluster. So this is the one. So the same thing here, we have to go to our data center here and the menu cluster. So right now we don't have any cluster, but we want to join a cluster, so I'll click on the second button here, join cluster. Okay, and I will just paste the information that we have copied from the first one. Here we go. So you can see it has filled some actually fields. So we have here the peer address, which is the address of the first node, and here we have to provide, for security reasons, the IP, actually the password of the first node. So let me input it. Okay, and we're gonna join this PRX cluster. So I will click on this button here in order to join the second node to our cluster. Okay, so here you have to keep in mind that this join information must be actually generated for every node that you want to add. So we're not going to use this join information to all the nodes that we want to add, but you have to generate this join information for each node that you want to add. Okay, so I'm talking about this join information here. So let's get rid of this window here, and hopefully here you can see here join request is okay, finishing setup locally. Okay, and let's refresh the page and see what we get. So you can see here I have connection error. So let me just refresh the page. Okay, so I'll enter once again. Okay, so you can see now I am on the node 2, and as I told you for this cluster here, now we can administer the two nodes from the same web page. Okay, so here you can see even I am on the second node, I can see the node 1, so I can see all actually the VMs that are running on my first node. Okay, and of course I can see the second node that I have added, which has no VM created. Okay, and let's return back to our first node, which is in dark mode, and let's also see the cluster. So here we have actually the cluster information. So now we have two nodes, okay, and we have the IP addresses of these two nodes. Okay, you can also get some information if you go to your first node, for example, and you go to the shell. You can input the command PVE cluster management status. So you can see here some information about our cluster here. So the name is PRX cluster, config version 2. Okay, and we have here some information that I will explain later. And here we have our nodes. You can also input another command PVECM nodes. And here we go, we have our node IDs and the name of each node, and of course we are on the first node, which means here we are on local mode. Okay, so you can see now how easy it is to create a node and to administer them from the same web page. Okay, so it's easy as it is. Okay, so that was just a brief video to show you how to create a simple cluster using just two nodes on Proxmox. On the upcoming videos I will show you some actually tweaks and tricks that you can do with this configuration. Okay, so if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. And of course, if you have any suggestion for future videos, drop them in the comment below. As always, I hope it has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing. Bye bye.